What makes relationships last?
Our relationship has had its ups and downs, but what we've found is good communication holds everything together.
We decided to dedicate time every week to not only strengthen our relationship, but stimulate personal growth.
Strong relationships are built on strong communication.
Welcome to Date Night Conversations.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Date Night Conversations. I'm Chantel.
And I'm Greg.
And in this video, guys, we're going to ask each other 3 questions we have never asked each other before.
Guys, I so look forward to these questions. I wish we could do these more frequently, but every time it makes me think on a deeper level. I love the conversations that spin off from it.
Yes.
Yeah, and every time you're surprised. Every time is something new.
There is. And we just keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper into thought and trying to answer the questions that I just love the way it's able to stimulate my mind like that.
Absolutely.
It's really cool. All right, so you ready to get into it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
Okay, I'm going first.
You are up first.
What thing are you most scared to tell your parents?
If I'm most scared, I definitely wouldn't be saying it on camera right now.
Yeah, okay, I'll tell everybody
in
else.
the world.
And my parents will never find out. What thing are you most scared to tell your parents?
Like right now in life?
I know, right?
They don't care. Like, you know what? You're an adult. Like, I think what it would be, what it has always been, is just the fact that I'm pregnant. It's never like an easy conversation with West Indian parents for some reason.
So even if you're pregnant right now, do you think that would be like, oh man, I gotta tell my mom, she's gonna say something? Or would you be scared?
It's not that I'm scared, it's just more uneasy. The uneasiness. Even though she may not care, but she may have thought like, another one? Like, in this world? To bring kids into this school? Like, I don't know. I don't know, but I just find that would be the most uncomfortable thing to say, because I've told her already that I'm not going to have any more kids. So if I were to bring that up, that'd be like a shocker. Like, it'd be really uneasy for me.
Okay.
How about you? Your mom wouldn't mind if we were pregnant?
No, like I really don't think, like, she knows, like, baby's gonna get taken care of. There's no concern there. Mm-hmm. Like, if we were in a situation that was, like, we'll say tighter.
Right.
Then I could just be like, what are you doing? But I'm not there, so I'm like...
What if you had 3 more children?
Like triplets?
No, just one after the next, and you kept telling your mom. How do you think your mom would feel about that? And then one more after that.
Like how many babies you have to set your mom off.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. When do you think she'd be like, okay, Greg, don't you think that's enough?
No. I don't like she would be like, oh, you're an adult. Just like we said. Again, unless she saw that there was a problem. Like if we're constantly stressed, and I was calling her and I was constantly stressed because I'm dealing with 8 kids.
And you were pregnant with another one?
Yeah. She's like, listen, I would be afraid to have that conversation. But it's not like that. So I mean, I don't know. I'm scared to tell parents. I think it would be different if I was like younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you really don't have anything?
I don't think there's anything I'm scared to tell my parents right now. Like what? I'm genuinely trying to think of something. No. I can't think of anything. Because, yeah, I even remember like stuff I did that was wrong when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And there's no way I would tell her. Like me and my brother, we all tell and we laugh about it now. So, I mean, like it was so far in the past. I mean.
Okay. Greg runs things. He's not
scared. I haven't
scared.
felt that way in a long time.
He's not scared.
Like I watch my kids and one of them does something stupid, they're going to be scared to tell me and you can just look at their face.
Danny's the most scared.
But there's a look that they get on their face and they're afraid to tell us.
kids.
Right? But as an adult,
You lose that. Like, you're like, it's whatever.
If you do something stupid, you take the hit.
You gotta be accountable.
Exactly, like that.
All right, guys, you know what? We're gonna throw the question back to you. Let's read the question one more time. What thing are you most scared to tell your parents? All right, guys, you know what to do. Drop a comment down below.
This one might be one of those things where somebody can genuinely think of something and they're like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. And it's so true. I would never want to have to tell my parents that.
That is, yeah.
So I'm curious what you guys think, if anybody has a response to that question.
Yes, guys, let us know. Okay, we are moving on to question number 2. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you feel we need to work on most in our relationship? How can we do this?
Oh, like how can we, it actually says, how can we do this? How can we implement this change?
I think in our relationship would be time management. Because recently we've gotten super busy where there's days you're not able to work out. So I think if we manage time better, we'd be able to give you those days to have you work out. Like, I'm working on it for me, but because we do, it's like you do this, I do that, and then we put it together.
Right.
Oftentimes one is relying on the other. So it just depends who gets what done.
And one might take longer than the other.
Exactly. So
yes.
The other person gets a quick break, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it would be time management and just prioritizing things. And you realize running a business from home and taking care of kids, it's difficult because they're always here. Amaya's like she came to me today and she's in the kitchen, it's lunchtime, and she's like, all you and Greg do is edit, go into the gym, and then you do TikToks with me, Mom. But then you'll go back and edit. But she doesn't realize she's seeing behind the scenes. Because during that time she was saying that, I would be working and she would be physically in school. I wouldn't just be lounging around the house. And even if we weren't into entrepreneurship, I would be at an office from 8:30 to 4:30 and only see her in the morning for that small window and after school for another small
window. You would barely see them.
Exactly.
So tight. So we see so much more when they're just seeing the work side of things.
Yes, that's
I don't even think the fact is they don't recognize it as work.
They don't. And I'm not sure they're really going to have a recollection of me really going to work other than when I work casually on the weekends at the hospital. It's going to be really interesting to hear their story of what they think, what was going on at this time in maybe a few years.
Interesting.
That's my take on it.
Yeah, because I think we definitely spend way more time with them now than we ever have.
Yeah.
It's just they get to see the work and they never saw the work before because they were always at school.
Yeah.
Or in the traveling to or from school.
Yeah. That's exactly how it is.
So that took up such a big chunk of the day.
It did. All right, so what would your answer be?
Okay, so that was basically time management.
Yeah. That was it.
It's funny because we're talking about relationship, but that's sort of like the business kind of thing. Because when work has to get, it's like work. When work has to get done, you just get it done, and once it's done, you can go do whatever else you want to do.
Okay.
And that's sort of the position I've taken. So it becomes like when we put it into the relationship, it's almost weird. It's like, do you put the video off to make time and prioritize?
I think it's going to come better when you find better resources. Because certain things will alleviate what you're going through. And you wouldn't understand that until you gained experience doing what you're doing.
Okay.
Right? So you'll get connections, you'll have network, you'll have better resources, and you'll understand how these things work to make life easier for you. And sometimes people go through that for a period of time. But if you're a person that is consistent, dedicated, and determined, you will find resources. That's why people get nannies, why people get chefs. That's why people hire editors. Like, things start to happen, I believe. So as you grow, your businesses will grow too, and you'll understand how to make things work better for you, so you'll be able to plan those things better.
So here's the fear in that situation.
What?
Is that when it opens up time for you, you end up taking on
Other things.
Right.
That was a split second of my thought, but the thing is, so my answer to
like,
that.
oh, yeah, I can get that. That's a priority.
My answer to that, if it's a priority and it matters to you, you'll fit it in.
Then why? So all I'm saying is it's something that could just be done and implemented now.
It can be.
It's wherever you
Yes, you're right.
rank your priorities.
Right. And for example, today, I mean, it wasn't your ideal day, but you were able to get everything done.
So here's where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Don't consider that related to our relationship.
Time management for sure relates to our relationship. Because if you don't work out, it's a conflict. But is it a conflict with my job, or is it a conflict with my partner? With me, will become a little bit of an issue. Like, maybe I'm like, Greg, okay, you always say that. I'm like, you have to try to, and you just get a little more annoyed because you didn't work out.
Okay, that's the relationship. Okay, that's where I wanted to get to. So it's not just time management. I become moody if I don't get my workouts.
If he doesn't get his workouts in, he gets moody. He turns into a
You gonna name me?
Shanika.
Shanika.
He turns into a Shanika. He has so much attitude. And we have names for each other like that. So no offense to any Shanikas out there, but he is the rude Shanika. Shanique.
I just call you Dusty.
And I get Dusty. And I know someone named Dusty.
Dusty C.
Hi,
Because
hello.
you started the Dusty thing, and then sometimes you fit the role. Okay.
It's a good thing I can laugh at myself.
But okay, that brings it all back. So yes, I can understand how time management ultimately would make me less moody.
Good. I'm
so
glad.
that would be an aspect of the relationship.
Yes.
How can we fix it? What aspect of our relationship would help on your end that I think we could help fix things? Or it could be something myself that I'm thinking of. I think that's a good one. But I know there's something you need. See, you need that quiet space.
I do.
And that's the thing for you that would help life just be smoother. So basically it's one of those things where when you are working at home and dealing with like family and the homeschooling and everything, your whole day is busy from when you get up to when you go to sleep. And you're all in the same place that whole time. And when there's kids there, like the parenting on top of it, when it's just like little things, and there's 3 of them, it starts becoming like like I need a break, because there's literally no break.
It's
and
like too much.
Yeah. I remember talking to one of my clients, and they're like, since working from home, this is so many people, my sister also. It's like at work, you get a break. You just get to go 15 minutes, a half hour, and it's your own thing. That's your first break. Lunch break, you got a full hour, and that time to go do you has nothing to do with anybody else. You don't have kids, you don't have even coworkers. You get your own time, and then you come back to it. When you're at home, you're just in it constantly. And so those people would say to me the same thing, like, man, now that I'm working from home, you think, oh, I don't have to do the commute and everything, but as soon as I step out of the office, now I've got kids, now I've got, can you do this, can you do that? There's like all this, because you're home. Like, no, I need the
totally
break.
Agree. Yeah.
So I appreciate when you say, like, I need that break, and I know how having that break just takes away the weight. Yeah. Okay. So same thing. I gotta get my workouts, you gotta get your breaks. Those are things we can implement into this through time management.
Awesome.
Right.
We just work so well together, and I love it. Okay. All right, guys, should we throw it back to them now? All right, guys, it's your turn. We're gonna read the question one more time.
What do you feel we need to work on most in our relationship? How can we do this?
All right, guys, you know what to do. Drop a comment down below. All right, we are going on to the 3rd question and final question for this video.
All right.
Makes me sad. All right.
Think it'll be a quick one or a long one?
I don't know.
Quick response, long response.
I don't know.
All right. Describe a life lesson that took more than once to learn.
There's a lot, but I can't even pinpoint one. I know there's so many because that's how you grow.
This is one of those things you probably feel stupid the second time.
Yeah.
Like,
But I think something that took me more than once to learn is, I think it was more of the being able to positively think. I honestly do, because sometimes you get into a mind frame that causes negativity, and one thing leads to another. It's like a domino effect. But you'll never get it right, because sometimes, like, there were people in my world that I would argue with. And then you learn, if you're just silent and you're just like, you can step away from that and come back to it in a better frame of mind. And I think I wasn't perfect. I think it was until I met you, you told me to like think of things and let things go and do things, that I've gotten so much better, but it took so many attempts. That's why me and certain people would always butt heads, because you had to teach me. And if I had got it the first time, it wouldn't have been a life lesson. The thing is, it kept happening and happening until I got better and better at dealing with certain situations because of my mind frame.
okay.
Is that allowed? Can I choose that response?
Because I kind of feel where you're coming from. I know things that you've dealt with, and it's all perspective based. Like,
Change your perspective.
and then
it's a huge,
you get it, and then you're like, and then it goes
a huge game changer.
until you hit it again. I'm like,
you're doing it again.
There'll be like really built up situations that just didn't need to be.
Yeah, I totally agree. And if I had handled it differently, I wouldn't have been in that predicament with whomever or that situation at all. So yeah, it's more of the positive thinking aspect, and it's sometimes hard to do. What about you? It's always you.
Help me.
Your sunburn, you still haven't learned that lesson. You'll go this year and get burnt.
Is that a life lesson?
Yes. That's your skin. Everyone can see it.
Protect yourself
Yes.
from the harmful UV rays.
Yes.
That's a life lesson.
It should be.
Every person with fair skin is going to get burnt every year.
And there's people that are a lot fairer than you are, and I feel bad because 8-degree weather, they're getting burnt.
8-degree weather. But it's going to happen, and you'll think, no, I'm good. It's like a little cloudy today, it's mild,
You always
I'm
say
fine.
that.
I always say it. And what happens?
You get burnt every year. I've been
Every
with you.
year I'll get burnt at
Oh my
least
gosh.
once.
And he learned his lesson. He's like, here still, can you bring your sunscreen
Oh,
down?
man. Last year in Niagara, I got burnt. Good. I was red.
Why did you think you could handle that heat,
Oh
Greg?
my gosh, you know what? I just did not expect us to be standing out in the sun for so long.
It was trying to get onto the ferry.
Like, we were in line because it's like we had a ticket and it said your cruise or your little tour is at this time, and we have never done this before.
And we went early. We went like an hour and a bit early.
Not realizing that that's how early you actually had to go to get on at the time.
Yeah.
So we got on like right when that window was.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I didn't that was crazy. So we were standing outside for like an hour and a half. So we got through the first gate, then there's still like time after that. But now you know, if you're going on the ride on the boat under the falls, at least from the Canadian side, the hornblower, is that what it was called?
It was a horn blower.
You're gonna be waiting a long time if you're in during the like regular summer season.
Yeah.
Because we went and it was still like on semi-lockdown. We still had to wear masks and stuff.
But we're still, yeah.
Social distancing, trying to, because there was gaps between the people, but because of that, everything being so spaced out, because of all the regulations and stand over here, get your hand sanitizer.
And that would have been the first year they had to do that. So it was their trial run. They just had to do it.
There was no overhead covering except for one little section of like 20 feet or something.
Greg, you look so red.
I got roasted.
Damn.
Okay, life lesson.
Wear your sunscreen. The minute there's going to be sun.
Took me more than once to learn.
Wearing sunscreen.
It's been many, many years, and I still haven't learned.
He'll go this summer. This summer, I guarantee you guys, he will get sunburned. And I tried to protect him.
We'll try and remember this video.
On.
And I'm going to actually try, like, we can use like a natural sunscreen, because that's my, I don't like the chemicals.
Yeah.
So if we can find something.
Yes, I totally get it. Natural? Okay.
Yeah. I'll try and build up tolerance so I don't get burned. Because the other thing is, like, we want to travel south, and the sun is so much harsher south. So our summer sun is a fraction of what, like, you get in the Caribbean islands. Or
man, I'm gonna really feel it for you.
It happened to my brother.
And his brother's a bit darker than him.
Yeah, my brother has like darker skin, and he tans a lot easier. So he went to, I believe it was Mexico, and without sunscreen or anything, and had an awesome time in the sun for a whole week. Later that same summer, I went to Bahamas.
Ooh, Bahama!
The first day on the beach, done. It ruined the rest of his vacation.
No, honey.
Like, he's like, I got burnt worse than, like, he's just, the sun there, it was something was just different, and it destroyed him. And I don't know the time of year difference. Like, I know they were both, one was early summer in Mexico, late summer in Bahamas, something like that. But yeah, he said that first day on the beach, beautiful, and then he was so burnt, like blister burnt.
Oh man, that sucks.
So I want to go visit the Bahamas, and I don't want to experience that.
You need to be tanning for at least 365 days.
I gotta get some color.
Yeah.
All right. But sunscreen. Okay, I'm using that as my life lesson.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you. Yes, it's taken me more than once to learn.
Oh, Gregory.
Like, I can still picture the radiating heat, like the way it felt on the top of my head.
You can like cook scrambled eggs.
It would, like, I was just radiating heat. Like, it holds the heat, and like your pillow just gets hot instantly, and you can't get it cold enough. It was okay.
I've never had to deal with that, so I could only imagine the pain you went through, and you continue to put yourself through because you won't put on your sunscreen. Because
realistically, it only lasts a couple days, and then you forget about it, and then you're darker.
But it's not healthy for your skin.
No, it's not healthy for your skin.
Like, it's either the sunscreen or something that could go worse with your skin. Like, you have to weigh the pros and cons.
Mm-hmm.
What? Is it not that? Think about it. What else are you going to do? All right, you know what? It's their turn, okay? It is their turn, Gregory. It is their turn. All right, guys, it's your turn. Let's read the question one more time. Describe a life lesson that took you more than once to learn. Guys, I want to hear this. You guys know what to do. Drop a comment down below.
Yeah, guys, share your responses. Read the other responses. Like, the stories are pretty amazing.
Yes.
We can learn something from each other.
Yes, we really can. Love the interaction, guys. Keep it going. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.